I just
Okay.
started streaming, and I'm gonna start streaming on Kick as well. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my god. Are we live? We are live. Are we especially on Kick? We are live. But are we live on YouTube? That's the question. We are live on YouTube, maybe. I can't see it. We are live. Let's go.
Mm.
Alright. Epic. Alright. Cool. Let's just get this going. Why does it say reconnecting? Uh-oh. Hopefully Kick is not having a bad time. Alright. It looks like it is having a bad time. Uh-oh. It's not really cool, is it? Maybe I just can't stream on Kick. Okay. Welcome everybody back to the Loophole Podcast. I'm your host Loopie. Alongside me is also your host Jelani Muna. The Loophole Podcast is a podcast where we do whatever the fuck we want. We say whatever the fuck we want, and we talk about whatever the fuck we want. Jelani Muna, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing a lot better than I was last week. That would explain why I wasn't on last week's episode. I'm doing better, and I want to be on the podcast. So hopefully, this can be a great episode.
I feel you, bro. The only thing that's happening right now is that I'm streaming on Kick, and it just disconnects, reconnects, disconnects, reconnects. I'm just going to restart streaming and see what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be doing something this stupid, but we should be good now.
How are you doing?
I am doing okay. I'm just, having a good time doing the Loophole Podcast. I've been traveling quite a bit, and I'm going to keep traveling once again. And just keep traveling. And that's just what I'm going to keep doing, I guess. Alright, we can't stream on Kick.
Damn, that's a shame.
Lâche jamais le rap, mon gars. Oh, putain, ça va. Désolé, je peux pas parler français, là. Mais merci. Sorry.
Well, it seems to be that Kick is giving you some problems.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's like weird. It seems like there's a lot of problems. Like Twitch, for example, seems to be a lot of things going on for Twitch.
Yeah, man. Oh no, not 80,000 bit rate. Okay. I think I just lowered the bit rate. Maybe we should be good. Let's see.
Hopefully.
Because it's all about like allocated, bit rate and all that. Let's see if we're good. But we're good. Yeah, we are no longer streaming on Twitch. We are only on YouTube and Kick. I'm planning for us to also be on TikTok again because I have the 1,000 streams, so I definitely want to do that again. And if I can get it figured out, maybe Instagram as well. But then again, I don't know. I don't want to.
Look, the thing is,
I just don't want to install some sketchy ass webs like apps or whatever, like I did on my PC.
It's just that I've been kind of researching the best things when it comes to Instagram streaming, and I want to be able to figure out what the best the best programs to use because I want to go back into doing the show. Now I've had a very, very long absence from the show, but I just want to be ready. That's the thing. Is for the past few months, I haven't been ready for a return. When I do return, though, it's going to be something that I want to be proud of. Something to where there's no issues, there's no nothing. We can get into it, and things are much better.
Yeah, man. definitely, exciting. I want to see you back on the show, man. I miss it. I really do. And I know that if you, you know, organize your time very, differently and actually, put some work in, I know that you can get this show going in many places. And honestly, you have the ability, as I've always told you, to I, I've always told you that you have the option to go on different platforms like Twitch or Kick or no, not Twitch, to Kick, to Kick or YouTube or TikTok or what? Well, I mean, you could do TikTok. I mean, yeah. Um, but yeah, just if you sort of do stuff in a different platform, maybe you're gonna have ideas of what's missing on Instagram Live, and you could do it on the other platforms because you'll have more options on other platforms. But see how you can integrate that into Instagram.
But yeah, but the one thing is this was kind of one thing I was kind of thinking about is, what if I were to do something to where like no one has been able to do, or not many people have been able to do. That was kind of the one thing I was thinking of, because like I could go to Kick, I could go to other platforms, but what if like the thing about what I was thinking is like since everyone is like moving to Kick from Twitch and everything, would I really make a difference when it comes to it? Like, would people be focused on my content compared to someone else's? Because the thing is I want to, like, when it comes to me, like in my content, like I want to be as unique as possible. I want it to be where I could do something that not many people are doing. So that was kind of the thing, because like I've been told to move, like before I've been told to go to Kick. I've been told to go like other places and everything. But would it really set me different from everyone else if I
Well,
did?
well, you can't really get the difference from Twitch to Kick because you don't stream on Twitch, so you wouldn't really truly know. But Kick is basically a whole new thing. Obviously, it is a huge competitor to Twitch, and it's working incredibly well as it stands at the moment. Bless you. But
Thank you.
um, like it's gonna be something new, and what I see is that people who have like a low amount of viewers can still get around on Kick if they just continue to stream like every so often. So their way of pushing out an algorithm is great. Not only that, but the fact that Kick may not be as popular as Twitch, but may just be a bit popular, all right? Meaning like just, 1 or 2 million users, or, maybe even less or whatever. It might make things better because if you're a pioneer of a service, you'd rather be a pioneer and move up rather than just try to make it on a platform that simply has existed for forever and has never improved at all. And Twitch is no different to that. So, being a pioneer, I guess, in Kick could possibly help you around, especially with the show, and it could be a lot more interactive.
I guess so, because I do remember like a couple of months ago I was talking to a friend of mine, uh, a close friend of mine, about this, and like he did say, that it could bring a lot more to my brand if I'm like an OG to a service or a platform or something like that. Um, but I want to be able to make sure, because with some things though, like I haven't, because I'm not really too sure about Kick, and the reason as to why is because like it seems like there has been some. I'm not too sure if like I'm too concerned or anything, but it's like because like everyone moving from Twitch to Kick. everything. Won't couldn't this like end up just being like another Twitch again, something like that?
It depends on how it's managed, but it seems to be that if it's a smaller group of people rather than Amazon, because Amazon runs the company of Twitch, right?
Yeah,
And I feel like that's the problem. Amazon should focus on being Amazon and, provide for like the shopping services or Prime Video or uh I guess Prime Gaming is. I mean, like the whole idea of Twitch Prime is also pretty cool if you really think about it. Or just what else? I mean, like just other Amazon services like Alexa and all that stuff. They're already worth billions and billions of dollars. They do not excel in a streaming industry to the likes of Twitch. And I feel like they tried too hard to make it work, that you have a feeling like Twitch is completely unregulated with what is rampant on Twitch. I remember Twitch when I was younger as a streaming platform for gamers and, streamers, to just have fun and everything. And now it's a thing of like you can't say this or you can get banned. I mean, they even censored the word simp because it was being overused. Or you can't say, all right, and this is only like an opinion based thing. People can say whatever the hell they want, all right? But on Twitch, you cannot say that there's only two genders or you will get banned.
I didn't know about that.
That's sort of the new regulation. However, stuff that is a borderline NSFW still rampant on Twitch. Now, with Kick, I mean, Kick's sort of dealing with the same thing, if we're truly honest. I mean, that's sort of just how it is. But what I see is that it's not as packed on Kick as it is on Twitch. There is some borderline NSFW stuff, and even when you join the streams, it says, this channel has been labeled for mature audiences and stuff like that, and that's good. I swear I was on Amaranth's fucking Twitch stream some time ago, and I got in there, and it no disclaimer. Usually the streamer or Twitch or whatever will put an age restriction, being like, hey, this is for a mature audience. Are you sure you want to keep watching? I got straight in there, even without ads, bro.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I do know that not safe for work stuff is a pretty huge problem when it comes to all sorts of platforms. Even YouTube has something like that. Um,
Oh, YouTube is bad for that. Like they end up taking down things, but sometimes it's just it just takes them too long. They only take down something if uh, that video got popular for the simple reason that it's still available on YouTube. But there's a lot of fucking gore and like sex related stuff. Like it's fucking appalling, bro. Like the things you see on YouTube and the things that you get banned for compared to that, bro, is fucking outrageous, bro. And for some reason, like if you were to put like a date, for example, let's say December 9th, 2016 or whatever,
mhm.
you could either see gore or you could also see just NSFW related stuff on YouTube sometimes. Or if you put like a special character on YouTube, it's just full of beheadings.
Or like if you search, you filter by upload date. That is where could find stuff because that stuff was just that's the stuff that has just been uploaded, so it hasn't been filtered yet. It hasn't been like targeted or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bro, it's fucking scary, man, because you never know when, like, you could just accidentally come across a video that is probably going to traumatize you, bro. And that's how it is for, like, other platforms as well. And it's like, it's when does it get to the point where it starts to be worrying for children? You know what I mean? And then you got the same people trying to talk about, oh, but gambling is bad and it shouldn't be televised or streamed anywhere. I feel like, and we spoke about this, Jelani. I feel like gambling shouldn't be taken away from an industry. I feel like it should be promoted to adults, right? But not to encourage them to gamble, but to obviously teach them about the due diligence. And obviously, there's people who just gamble professionally, but these are people who gamble what they can afford and make back, instantly, right? You never see somebody who gambles their life away, for example. Unless, I mean, I don't know, it might be some of the smaller gambling streamers, but anyways, the idea of like, oh, it promotes gambling to minors, I find that to be sort of outrageous because I don't think it's Kick's job or the streamer's job to filter what other people's kids should see or not see. I feel like that should be regulated by the parents themselves. And obviously, due diligence needs to be taught. And obviously, everybody needs to make sure that what they're streaming is not like financial advice.
Yeah, but the thing is that there's like so many like arguments when it comes to like everything, like gambling, for example. Like that's kind of the hard thing because there could be like so many like pros and cons when it comes to stuff like this, and it's very hard to give a simple solution to a complex problem when it when it comes to like in general when it comes to what kids should and should not watch on the internet or anything, because there are going to be people that are going to create a lot of loopholes to it. What should be kid friendly and what shouldn't be. Like this was the big thing like back around 2020 and stuff. What is kid friendly? What isn't kid friendly and everything. Um, so it's with gambling. Like I can understand your point.
Hmm.
Um, like even then with like adults and everything, there are a lot of adults that just shouldn't gamble because some adults do gamble their life savings and everything. Not everyone's
Yeah,
responsible.
but once again, there's an industry for everything. There's a reason why crypto is as big as it is today is because they know not to target people who don't know how money works or how to use their money. Now, I'm saying that for the people who actually, provide some legitimate crypto content, not the scammers. And absolutely, like everywhere, every single industry that's on all platforms has deceptive practices, yet everybody fails to mention them. They see somebody gambling, all right, doing slots or playing, money games or whatever, and suddenly that's a big issue.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering about is where's the outrage when you see, for example, and I hate to bring F1 into this, Alfa Romeo being sponsored by Kick, and Kick being funded by Stake is also sponsoring, Alfa Romeo. Where's the outrage there? All right, because minors watch F1 and they're seeing gambling and a streaming service that supposedly promotes gambling to children. Where's the outrage there? I mean, there shouldn't be an outrage anyways to begin with, but it just makes you wonder like what the fuck. um
Well, I believe there's this thing called selective outrage, which is basically people only outrage on certain things. There's a pick and choose type of thing, and it's something that always happens. It's something that we're never going to get away from. Double standards, um, just how things are. and people are going to select what they want to get angry with, and what they want to basically avoid from or ignore.
Mm.
Um, it happens a lot to everything. It's just how the world works, and it's
Yeah.
unfortunate, but that's just how humanity is in general. Because humanity isn't perfect, so that is the one thing.
Well, we're gonna sort of stray away from that topic. I'd like to sort of set the record straight about the Loophole Podcast. I believe we haven't been fully transparent with everybody about the podcast, right? I want to get into it. I want to set the record straight, and I want to make sure that people understand sort of what's going on and how we're going to move forward with everything that we've learned. I'm not going to reveal or expose absolutely everything because that is just not my style. However, I believe you guys deserve to know. E Crystal will no longer host the Loophole podcast. He's gotten into some personal issues that I will not mention, and I believe that he's not 100% ready to get back into committing to the Loophole podcast. And I believe that that's happened since quite a few months and for longer than I'd like to admit. And I believe that it took a lot of energy out of me to properly get E Crystal a clean return to the Loophole podcast. And I believe that the love and support and the feeling of trying to get him back into the scene and everything, I feel like that love and support isn't reciprocated in any way possible, and no effort is truly being put into the return to the Loophole podcast. And so with that being said, the Loophole podcast has, is, and will always be run by the both of us, me and Jelani Muna. We're not gonna take any sort of comments on the situation. This is just the statement. I don't feel like my podcast will move forward if I keep looking in the past. I have to, for the better interests of everyone that watches the podcast and everyone who runs the podcast and everything, I have to put it out there that this is a two-man job at the moment. It's just me and Jelani Muna, and that's it. What's funny to think about is that like the Loophole podcast was first hosted by two other people, including me, that don't host anymore. They're not part of, I guess, the current climate of the Loophole podcast anymore. But like that's just how it is, man. We move forward from it. We always have. And I want to thank E Crystal, and I want to thank everybody who was host on the Loophole podcast for their effort into just showing up to the podcast and saying what's up and just talking about random shit, because these people could have done anything with their precious time, but they decided to use it to being on the podcast, and obviously I appreciate that more than anything. However, I gotta say that like this is just not the way for us to move. We have to move forward, and if it comes to a point where E Crystal is actually 100% ready to get back into the podcast, then I'm down to taking him back in. But I don't feel like the interest in a clean return is being reciprocated, and it sucks. It just sucks. And knowing the situation, I wish things were different, but that's just how I'm gonna close on that statement.
Yeah.
So that's that about the podcast.
Right.
I feel like
Fortunate.
oh, what's up?
Just it's just unfortunate, but I'm just hoping that he can be able to get back into things because I really do miss him.
Yeah, but we can't. We talked about this before. Just we just have to fucking move on. Like, um, I think it's for the greater good for us and for him as well. Uh, does it mean that we're never going to look for a third host? No, that idea is not completely out of the question. We could totally, um, we're not in the search for a host. It's just that if we have somebody that we feel like could be a fit for a host, then, definitely. But at the moment, nah. Like, we make a good team. We make a good duo. Um, Me and you, Jelani Muna. So, like, we're just going to keep it going because, when it came to the guests of this year and what we got planning for the rest of the year, I think that we can handle this very well on our own.
Yeah, and I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview the guests that we've had on the podcast this year, and all the other years before. It's a great honor to be able to have the opportunity to be on here and
Mm.
give somewhat of guess to be able to give somewhat of value, like something of value on the podcast, is something that like I appreciate you giving me the opportunity of on here.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's just what we do. The Loophole Podcast has been around since August 14th, 2020. Obviously, we started the podcast, like, we founded it before, but I feel like, I guess everything started with the first episode, and it all started with an idea. Unfortunately, the 14th is on a Monday, but we will celebrate on the 12th. If I'm
Mm.
available on that time, I don't know. I do quite a bit of traveling, so we'll see. We'll see. Um, I mean, if I was to do the podcast, I don't know. Like, we'll see. I might just do like a little like quick stream or something with the boys. But I'm meeting my best friends in 5 days. That's fucking insane.
Yeah. Now
Wow.
you've been talking about traveling. I don't. You kind of talk about you've went to Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk a bit about how it was in Spain.
Mm, I kind of don't want to, but I mean, it was just a relaxing time. I mean, that's all I can really say.
Okay.
Um, it was it was nice. It was better than I expected. But if I was to go back, for example, in like the next month or so, I wouldn't. I just hope that we would chill out until I go to Wales again. But
Yeah.
um, it's fine. It's fine. I like Spain, but I think I've seen it too much.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to Ireland, so this is going to be your first time going to Ireland.
Yes, sir.
Uh, and going there in 5 days, I know that you're pretty excited for it.
Oh yeah. No, I've like if to put it sorry to put it correctly, I'd say like we've been dreaming about like meeting. So me, Cobra, and Scott have known each other for the better part of 7 years, right? Um, and we spoke on and off and things like that because things happen in our lives. That's just what happens, right? And They're full on adults. I'm barely an adult, and this is the stuff that we were dreaming about as kids, man. Like just meeting, right? And back when we was young, like that just wasn't an option. We couldn't just meet. We couldn't travel to see each other or whatever, or put an insane amount of money to sort of make our dreams come true. But um, now that I'm 18 and I like to travel, I have presented myself the opportunity to sort of kill two birds with one stone, because I thought, you know, instead of meeting the other person, for example, Cobra or Scott, in their native countries, we could all just meet in the same country and have a great time collectively. And to be able to do that with Scott and Cobra, I, it, it's a very emotional moment. And this the stuff that we were dreaming about as kids, man. We were, just kids playing Geometry Dash at like, from 12 to 16 years old and whatever. Like that's just what we were, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I can see the excitement.
Yeah.
Do you have anything pre-planned for Ireland? Like,
We're probably going to see a few, like, probably do a bit of sightseeing, but the first thing we're going to do in Ireland, anyways, is just have dinner, because I'll arrive there earlier than I thought. They changed the schedule of the flight, so honestly, that's just epic. I just hope they don't delay the flight, because we would probably be hungry during the flight.
oh
But
yeah,
um, yeah, so we'll arrive there nicely, and then what's next? I mean, um, we'll arrive there for like 7 p.m. or something like that. I will be looking for where the guys are, because they'll be meeting like a day before I come around. So I'll be meeting them at the hotel, and me and my mom are taking a taxi over to the hotel, and we're probably gonna meet in the lobby or in the rooms. I don't know how it's gonna play out, but man, it's exciting.
and I can see that. And like I wish the best of luck to you when it comes to this. Hopefully you have the best time in Ireland. And see, and how long are you going to be staying in Ireland for?
5 days, 4 nights. So from the Thursday to the Monday. So yeah, from this Thursday. Like I can't believe I'm saying this like as it is, but yeah, 5 days.
Yeah.
Fucking a.
So yeah, I mean, see, look, hopefully you can tell me what goes on in Ireland, because I mean I have no experience when it comes to Ireland or really any country other than uh, America and Jamaica, because that those are like the only two places I've ever been in.
Hmm.
Because speaking about traveling, this summer I'm planning on going to Jamaica next month.
Yeah. So probably like
So
while I'm in Wales or something.
yeah, like the first week of July.
What's up, Mama Spider? I didn't get notice. Oh, I don't know why you didn't get notice, but welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well, Mama Spider. But yeah, we're just talking about traveling and shit. Like, uh, please hit that like button. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, we're just talking about traveling, and I can't wait to go to Ireland to meet my homies. Like I said, this was the stuff that we were dreaming about as little kids, man. Like we've known each other for like more than half a decade. Like we're closer to a decade than we are closer to 5 or 4 years, and that is insane.
yeah, it is. I can like I could definitely see that. just being able to finally meet someone after it being so long.
Yeah.
Um, it's like yeah, that's the pain of having international friends is you never get to see them in person. So
Well, never say never.
okay,
You never know,
okay, you don't see them in person
bro.
often.
You never know when we could do a fucking podcast episode together. Now that is history. If we do a fucking
I
podcast
would definitely
episode
love to.
in person, I mean,
I
shit,
kind of wonder how that experience would be like though if we were to.
man, that would be hella exciting. I think. But I feel like it's gonna be the same experience as like when I met Livy. My girlfriend. In Wales, or not in Wales. We met first in Spain, because that was the nearest airport that she could go to. But I just remember the first day that we met in person after it was like a year and a few weeks, since we were together, and now we're on our 2 years, and we met already like 3 times, and we're about to meet each other a fourth time. And I get to spend the anniversary with her. Like, that's fucking sick. But
The anniversary. When? What day is the anniversary?
July 5th.
July 5th.
Yeah.
So the 2 year anniversary.
2 year
Uh,
anniversary. Been with my beautiful and amazing girlfriend for 2 years, and yeah, man, like I feel like I'm gonna get the same feeling that I had with her with my other friends, and it sucks because I don't have that many days with them. I just wish they lived, a couple of blocks away so that I could just like hit the scooter to their houses or whatever and just chill out with them and chop it up. But
yeah.
then
You know.
again, there probably wouldn't be no Beep Squad if or Boar Squad or whatever. But there wouldn't be no Loop Squad, I guess, if we all just knew each other in person. We'd probably just chill out. But
Uh,
that would be sick.
yeah. That's kind of the thing. Like and I kind of haven't experienced that because like I have like a close friend. He Saint used to be before he went to Brooklyn, before he moved to Brooklyn, he used to be like the street next to my house.
Mm.
So like how we first met was we had the same bus stop in elementary school, like fourth and fifth grade, and that's how we met each other. That's how we knew each other, and 10 years strong as only a friendship, but more like a brotherhood, basically. Like
Yeah,
we've been, yeah, like he's the big brother, and I'm the little brother of the friendship.
yeah. But that's how it is. Like I treat my like my homies, like especially you, like my bros, because like these are people who've seen me in in different stages of my life, that either good or bad, you know what I mean. And the best way that I could show my gratitude to them is by meeting them in person, and I obviously don't give them, like, I don't give a lot of them that luxury. So people who have that luxury of like, hey, I want to meet you in person one day, like, that's when like I truly fuck with that person. What's up, Curtis? Welcome to the stream. Mama Spider says, that's awesome. All great men have an awesome one backing them up. That is for sure. Nah,
Yeah,
I love Livy. She's at work right now, but um, yeah, no, I love her, and we staying committed to this 100%. That's one of the big, like, major things that I live for at this age. Curtis, man, how you doing? Hope you're doing well this Saturday. Um, but yeah, no, I'm definitely excited, and I don't know when I'm gonna go back to America. I mean, I hope I do, but I hope it would also be in different circumstances. Um, yeah.
like where in America would you like to visit the most?
Honestly, I don't really care. If it's to meet one of my American homies, I'm fucking ready to do it, bro. Like, um, if I meet Mike, if I meet you, if I meet Adam, or I don't know, anybody, honestly. Tripped Up would be somebody sick to meet. Utah. Um, if I could beat the shit out of one in like somebody in the U.S., maybe I
You,
would.
you better not beat the shit out of me.
Nah, bro. Maybe I will. Who knows? Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
See, look, the
Nah.
thing is, right, is, I'm gonna prepare myself because, like, because I'm gonna learn. I don't know who I'm gonna learn with, but I'm gonna learn to prepare.
Well,
Maybe I might learn with Saint. I don't know.
yes.
You know,
I mean, Saints together cares most about boxing. I might just go to a gym, bro.
that's and I really respect Saint a lot with his boxing, with what he wants to do with boxing. I hope
Yeah.
I can see him like maybe I don't know. I mean, he's got his own brand when it comes to boxing, but I would like to see him like on a professional card like Misfits or something like that. I would definitely like to see that because
Yeah.
he's a type of guy that is he's like he really wants to like he wants boxing to be great because he feels like boxing right now is not really all the best with like influence boxing and everything. Like he believes that the quality of boxing has decreased. So I'd definitely like to see him get into the boxing ring, and I'd definitely like to see that
Mm.
because that is a goal of his. And anything he does, I want to support. Just like how anything I do, he always supports.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure, bro. I wanna get into the ring one day. Like, I definitely want to do like something amateur. Thing is, though, there are not really that many options in my city. I'm thinking to myself, like, somebody needs to host like a main event, like, well, not a main event, but like somebody needs to host like a main stage event that isn't too far away from where I live, that I can travel to, because clearly I can fly anywhere I fucking want when I want.
Yeah.
Well, not when I want, but um, if I get the right camp, I mean, I'm gonna get back into boxing September. I'm going back to the um, like I'm gonna go back in the ring September. I'm gonna go back into training and everything, and I can't wait for that. Um, and then from there, I mean, if something happens during spring break or whatever, like an event or whatever, I'm signing up, bro. I'm ready. I need to feel that adrenaline, bro.
So so is there like so I guess like there's not really many boxing events that go on in France.
Well, maybe they do, but just not in my city. And even then, I'm probably not really interested in a French event. I'm gonna be honest. But um, if there's like an event in the UK or something like that, I totally like to go. Especially if it's Wales. If it's like Cardiff or
Yeah.
something. I've been to Cardiff, so like totally want to go there. Um, Mama Spider says, "How many years have you guys known each other?" I've known Jelani Muna for 2 years.
Yeah. 2 years. And how we met was on my show, the Jelani Muna show as it was called back then.
No, it wasn't. It was on a homie of mine's live stream. You joined it. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, you were in like the dark, bro. You didn't even have your green screen on. And how I saw your show, I think there was some crazy shit that was going on. I think there was like some some girl being like hella foul or something, and then there was another person that was like showing nudity and shit like on the stream. And
Yeah, Sula.
and then you were just like, okay, oh whoa whoa whoa, and I was like, bro, this got to be the most chaotic show. I need in this.
See, the thing see, I was kind of thinking about like throughout all the years that I've done the show, the craziest year was 2021.
Hmm.
I've been doing it on and off since like 2020. That's when it originally started. And I don't think 2021 could ever be topped in terms of how crazy things were, because I never would control the show. That's the thing, because this was my mindset. My mindset was I wanted to basically, I wanted to see what people would do when they're paired up with others. When Instagram introduced the whole four-person live room thing, I wanted to try out and see like what would people do if they were with other people that they didn't even know.
Mm.
That was the thing, and it wasn't the best when it came to things, especially the summer of 2021. That was probably one of the worst points of the show, possibly. Uh, but the most, or actually, probably not the most, probably not the worst, but the most craziest, because I think the worst point was probably the fall of that year when I like ended it and stuff, like the kind of the dying days of the original Jelani Muna show. But is it weird to kind of want that energy back, like in a different way, but like to kind of have that kind of raw energy that the show used to have?
Maybe sometimes things need to be chaotic, but if you control it, you can. Like the only problem with this show, well, originally was that it can be chaotic if you want it to be chaotic. You just got to control it. And if you can't control it, then basically it's no longer going to be your show. It's just going to be the people's show, and you're just going to let things happen, right? Things can be chaotic. Things can be really, really fucked up. But if you are not there to regulate it, then it's no longer called the Jelani Muna show. It's called the whoever gets in the show can do whatever the fuck they want, and the host will do nothing, right? And you don't want that, right? And I think only limiting the show to self-promoting or sharing a topic, maybe not the greatest of ideas. Maybe you need to expand further on that. Take a little bit of that.
How so?
Take a little bit of that chaos back.
Yep.
Be that guy that settles the drama. Because you know how there was drama during the show? Yep. You could turn this whole thing into a fucking playground insult match and let them settle it. You know what I mean? If you're able to control it, if, for example, one keeps interrupting the other or whatever, you could just kick that guy out and be like, let this guy talk. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, and because, like, I did kind of do that. Because, like, I did the 5-hour stream, like, the 4-hour live streams I did, multi-stream, YouTube, Instagram stream. I kind of did that, like, on the 5-hour stream, when I just let the rules, just like I ripped the rule sheet and just let people join in, multiple people join in and everything. Honestly, here's the thing about that. I want that, but I also want it to be where it's got a mix of styles, where it could be like that, but I could also have it where there's a different, like, that's why, like, with the blue shows and the green shows, I also want it to be where people have a focus on me, like what I have to offer as well, because I think there needs to be that dynamic where we can have that craziness, like we can have that. I also want people to pay attention to me as well if I need to say something. So when it comes to that dynamic, I would definitely like to do that.
Gotta go, guys. Kids are home. Love and respect. I see you, Mama Spider. Thank you so much for watching Loophole Podcast, and hope we see you again soon. So it's all a matter of confidence. If you're confident in your ability to take control of the show when you need to take control of the show, you can totally regulate it. You can have like a max of like two people, like two guests simultaneously on the show, right? And maybe you can have a spice of that drama. But what's the point, for example, if you can't regulate anything? You know what I mean? If you can't regulate how you're going to settle whatever, drama that's going
Yeah.
on and shit like that. If you have if you have no control over it, then things sort of start to get worrying from a viewer standpoint that's just watching this stream or the show in complete pity because the host can't really put an end to whatever chaos is going on during the episode and can only hope for the episode to just naturally end.
Yeah, that's the thing. But another thing I also kind of was thinking, like, what if I had that drama involvement as well? What if it wasn't just like
Oh,
two people feuding? What if like me as a host feuds with someone in there or something like that?
I mean, maybe not the best impression you want to bring, but I mean, if you need to like, if you need to
I
confront
know.
somebody, I mean, shit. I mean, I'm ready for
Look,
it.
no, it's just like like because I watch a lot of like different TV shows and everything. One of the main shows I watch is like wrestling and stuff like that. Like I kind of like I love how it is. Like I love how it is and everything, and that would be. Uh, the thing is like some things like I like to like I want to be able to kind of like joke around and stuff. Like I want to be able to be like completely aware of like what's going on and everything, and you know, and to make sure that if people are being crazy, like I want to let people know that I can be crazy too. Like
Mm.
I could be on the same level. Like you said, it's that confidence thing. I want to be able to build up that confidence because when I return, and I want to return by like summertime, like either July or August, I want to be able to give that energy because this is what I was thinking. How this year hasn't really been the best for the show and everything like that. I'd really want things to turn up, but in the year of like 2024 or 2025. Like I guess like 2024 be the year where things turn up, but and then when it comes to 2025, like that's when it's like every that's when I reach that like success when I reached like I want to be able to reach that. Um, I'm not really too good at explaining things, but like I'm hoping
No,
that like I'm explaining things like good. It's
well,
that confidence thing.
yeah. I mean, I get it. Don't wait. don't. I don't care what year you're trying to plan things. Just do it now. You know what I mean? Nobody's waiting 2025. Nobody's waiting 2024. Just do it now. Whatever you got planned for 2 years from now, do it now. You know what I mean? It's no longer a thing about planning. It's a thing about applying everything you've learned and consistency. All right. And nobody says these days why you have to be consistent. But imagine you miss one day of streaming that could have possibly changed your life. You missed 5 months of potential episodes that could have changed your life. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
it's it's kind of
here's the thing.
like it's kind of like how somebody makes a song, right? And
Yeah.
they missed out on the one song that could have possibly changed their life. The one song that sits in the back burner, or the one episode that sits in the back burner. It's the same with the Loophole Podcast. There's one episode that we probably missed such a great opportunity to change our lives with. And
Well,
with plans and plans and planning, when are you ever going to apply what you've learned?
well, here's the thing, right? And I've talked to and like I've talked to a couple of friends about this and everything. Is sometimes it's best not to rush things, because here's the thing: is is when something is rushed, it can seem like a waste of time. I want to be able to really, because some things take time. Some things you can't do now, especially with how things are with me right now. Like, I want to be able to get into it. I want to be able to feel it. That's the thing. Right now, things are a bit weird. Things are a bit. Things aren't. Things aren't where I want it to be right now. The thing about planning when it comes to stuff is I want to be able to see if I can do it. Will I be able to have the willpower? It's basically like exercise, basically. And that's the thing, is not going to be able to see results when you first do it. But it's being able to have that motivation, because sometimes it can be hard to kind of it can be hard to exercise. It can be hard to have that ability to, like, I don't want to rush myself. I don't want to rush myself too hard or anything, because if I rush what I got planned, I'm not going to enjoy that. I'm not going to be able to enjoy that. It's something that will take time. It's basically like it's basically like a baby. It's not going to grow up immediately.
Okay,
It takes time.
I know I left, during that, but I have an idea of basically what you said. I'm not asking you to rush anything, and at the same time, I'm not asking you to think of 200 reasons why you can't just do it now or start now. Okay? I'm not asking you to rush anything, because whatever hundreds of things that you got in your head about how to do the show, you could legit just do one at a time at every episode at an exponential rate. That's how people grow their quality of streaming or just whatever. This is why consistency matters, because I don't care what your ideas are. I just want you to do them. I want you to show me that whatever you got planned or whatever you have in your head, you can do it. I don't care what your ideas are. And I've said this before, all right? I'm consistent with what I say. I don't care what anyone's idea is, all right? I just want to see action. And I'm not asking anybody to rush anything. I'm not asking anybody, in an impatient manner. I'm just saying, can you walk the walk? And you don't need to be thinking about an entire Bible full of ideas for the plans of the show. And I'm not downplaying what you could potentially do for the show. In fact, I am glorifying it by saying, yes, you can do something great with the show. You could turn the show into something great. But I need to see that. I don't care about what you got planned for the minute 2024 begins. I it doesn't affect me. I don't care. As a fan, as a viewer, as a consumer, I want to see content. You know what I mean? And that's how others are going to think as well. That's how others who maybe new or may have been, watching for years or whatever, that's what they're going to think, because you haven't said a single thing about the show. You haven't made a single statement about the show since February. And even then, you didn't even announce anything. You just sort of left things out there, right? There's going to come a time where anyone who was, I guess, still interested during the time that you were gone for about a year or so, there's going to be a time where they're just like, okay, well, he's clearly not fucking putting effort into it, when they don't know what you got planned, right? But at the same time, you can't keep them guessing for too long. At some point, bro, think about why like, and I'm saying this because this is stuff that I have experienced myself, right? And there's a reason why things aren't perfect, right? There's a reason why nothing about my journey has ever been perfect. In fact, a lot of it has been just terrible, right? Things about me that now have resurfaced, all right? And, you know, what what I mean by that, right, is that if, you know, if people, you know, can't stand watching somebody that doesn't do things perfectly but is trying their best, then they don't deserve to watch the best potential. They don't deserve to be part of that journey. And that's something that you need to, you know, like, to adopt in your everyday content work. And that is something that you need to know and understand, and that's something that the viewers need to understand as well. If they can't stand this version of Jelani Muna, they do not deserve the peak or the prime of Jelani Muna. And
Yeah.
I hope that somewhere, all right, this is going to incite you to just wake up in the morning one day, turn on the camera, and fucking go. Because it's not like life has anything planned for you. No. Life doesn't have anything scheduled for you. Life doesn't get to decide when or how or what you do, or when are you going to do it, where are you going to do it. Life doesn't have that planned. You're in control of what you do, and there's going to come a time where you're not going to have time to do any of that shit, right? Because things have changed, the trajectory has changed because you let it change. And life hits that way. And sometimes, even if you are doing well, life still hits. It still sucks. Life will suck every living being out of you until you are lifeless. That's what it is. And hello, Mike. And
Hey guys, I'm sorry.
bro,
I
no,
forgot about
not
y'all.
again, Mike. Not again, bro. Just take your shit. Just take
Oh,
your
y'all.
shit and come
No,
back.
listen. I'm trying to tell you something.
Just
Loopie,
Right.
I'm going to write New Hampshire for you in this call. I fucking promise you, okay? I have nothing to do today. I'm going to write New Hampshire for you.
I'm doing
And
the
when you said,
podcast, bro. Take your shit and come back.
hey guys,
And make sure you wash your hands, and clean up after yourself. You don't want to slip and fall. All right. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't care what your ideas are, and nobody else cares what your ideas are. So fucking go. Because nobody's waiting for you to start. Nobody's waiting for me to do anything. Nobody's waiting for little Timmy over there to start building Legos. Just fucking go, bro.
Yeah. Well, see, one thing I want to tell you though is there's a reason. There's a reason for everything,
It better
and
not
that's
be
the
an
thing.
excuse. That's what it is.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse, but it's something. But all I can say is that it's something. It's gonna be something. Like I
Mm,
will, I bet to you, it's going to be something.
mm. Yeah, I mean,
So
like, I'm happy you're not on Twitch. I don't really feel like going on there. Yeah, I mean, I'm live on YouTube and Kick.
yeah.
But, Kick is fine. I mean, I think we're getting like more viewers on Kick than we are on YouTube.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
see, look.
Um,
However, though, I do understand what you say. Though I
yeah.
do understand what you're saying and everything. Like I do get
Obviously,
it.
obviously, I'm not fucking, brutal with it. All right. Like, I'm not trying to say,
Yeah.
like, if there's truly something that is completely out of your control, all right, that's happening, or whatever, it's very normal to fall, for example, into a state of, depressive acts, or, I'm not saying you are, but for example, if that were to be the case, there's things that happen that are just out of your control, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that sucks. However, if it's something that you can change the next day, if it's something that you can change in the next hour, I don't want to fucking hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. Because I know you can fucking change it. I know that you could just wake up one day and just be like, yo, it's time for me to get back onto the show. I got this. I'm just going to lay it out right here. Because I have a lot of ideas for the Loophole Podcast. But sometimes I can't apply those ideas because I have to take care of something within the podcast first that needs to be changed. This, that, and the other. And you can. This is why I'm not asking you to rush it. You can be exponential with it and just, at least keep the consistency. At least stay in a schedule. It's just like how you go to the gym. For example, 3 times a week, and stay on that schedule, right? And do your best to stay on that schedule. It doesn't matter what the work is at the moment when you first start, as long as you keep on that schedule. Once you're on that schedule, work harder. And if for some reason you can't work harder because it's something that you can control, I don't want to hear about it. So
Okay.
that's the stage that I am at this point, because and I'm pushing you into that, because if it's something, like, I don't know what it is, okay? But if it's something that you can control, that you can change, but the only reason why you can't is because of procrastination, I don't want to hear about it.
Right.
And I believe that you or other people could say the same thing about me if, for example, one day in my life I was like, I don't feel like going to the gym today. No, you go to the fucking gym. That's what you fucking do. And it's the same with anyone else's endeavors, all right? And that's how I'm going to be with absolutely everyone else. I'm not giving you, the soft treatment just because we're homies, bro. I'm actually giving you extra treatment because we're homies, because I care about what you want to do with your life, bro. You're not
All right.
you're not in college, bro. Who knows what could have happened if you were still in college, for example, you know what I mean, or whatever. And it's the same with me. I'm not in school at the moment, but you never know. Life changes. You just got to make sure you keep up with it.
See, look, I understand what you're saying, and the thing is, I get it. That's why in the summer, July or August 2023, it's gonna be something. There's gonna be a lot of things. There's gonna be a lot of change.
I feel like I sparked something in you, bro. I feel like I sparked something. I feel like something clicked in your head, bro. And
Oh, see, look.
I don't know. You don't have to say it, or you don't have to say anything for that matter. But I feel like something just lit up, and
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. But ways. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be something that you know. It's I can't really say too much, but because I don't want to say it. But once it happens, it's gonna be something that It's gonna be something that may surprise you.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to see it. All right, because you know that me above all people. I'm ready to show up to absolutely fucking anything you do, bro. And like I'm ready to show up and show all the support, because I don't think I was ever wrong about you, and other people need to see that as well, and we'll make sure of that. But
Yeah.
I have to just say, like, sometimes it's not life that sets you back, but it's you that sets you back. And once you realize that you're the one setting yourself back for, well, first of all, come up with a reason of your own. And if it's not valid, then it's simply not valid, right? But if it's valid, like something truly out of your control, then I get it. But I bet it's not. I bet it is in your control.
Well, the thing is, I can't say the reason. That's the thing. I can't say the reason.
I mean, if it's, you know, I don't know if it is, in your control or not. I feel like that's something you need to figure out with yourself. But
Yeah.
if it is something that you can change in the next day and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do something with my life. That's a bit of an overstatement, but like I exaggerated a little bit there. But that's for a reason. But if you feel
It's all
like
good. It's all good.
if you feel
It's all
like
good.
if you feel like the reason you haven't begun yet, and this, if Mike is watching, this should go for your musical endeavors as well. If there's a reason why you haven't started, and you know that reason is in your control because it's something that you can change, then I don't want to hear about it. I want to see you fucking turn around and fucking go back into it. So, what I'm saying to you, Jelani Muna, I could say the same thing to Mike. I could say the same thing to anybody who hasn't started committing into something. And I can also say that about myself. There's stuff that I want to start. I have a lot of great things planned, but I haven't started it yet. And I have a few reasons for it. Most of them are excuses. Some of them aren't. Some of them truly are out of my control. And, it's whatever about it. But there are things that I can change. There are ways that I can control my time and everything and manage all of my schedule. And that's something that I need to do for myself. And the accountability starts now when you can, take accountability for your own actions and give yourself that accountability and not have to hear it from anybody else but yourself.
Right. Right. Let's move on to something else. It's all good. It's good. Though, I don't want it to be like too much about this or anything, because like, it's, anyways, really, I think, with how do you want to talk about like what's going on with Twitch specifically? Because like that was kind of the one thing I kind of wanted to talk about.
I think we already like spoke quite a bit about Twitch and everything. I feel like there's nothing more that is new that we can talk about. My throat fucking hurts. Is what you put
Oh,
me
see,
through.
that's why you always got to keep a cup of water with you.
Yeah, too bad I'm out of G Fuel, and I'm not gonna make myself another G Fuel because then I'll just exceed like the daily use. Like I want to keep it to 2 servings a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I fucking there we go.
hey,
Damn.
I mean, it's all good. It's all in good fun and everything like that. I understand. You're like a mentor to me.
Well, I want to be more, I just want to be, the guy that, fucking pushes you to fucking doing what you want to do, because you, above all other people, know what you want to do. You just gotta fucking do it. You know what I mean? And it's no longer a case of easier said than done, unless, like I said, something was truly out of your control. Think about it.
I've already been thinking about it.
Yeah, I feel like something clicked, bro. the 2-second pause, you were like, man, he got me. I've been looking for ways to express that, and obviously maybe I might not be consistent with what I say because of things that I go through, but I hope that if I ever have to re-listen to this podcast, that I stay true to it and remember what I said, because it could also help me as much as it could help you. It could help Mike. It could help the listener, and anyone who is listening to the podcast, if you're dealing with a situation that is similar to Jelani Muna's or to anybody else who, you just want to start something, but you keep thinking of reasons why you can't instead of thinking of reasons why you should, then things need to change. And I feel like what I said right here isn't even that brutal. Obviously, I'm bluntly honest with it, but people will tell you your ideas don't matter. All that matters is your actions and your consistency and your will to commit to this. And it's all a commitment thing, and it's never a thing about who has the better idea. It's always about who wants it more. Is it you, or is it going to be the next guy? I feel like you can't continue this podcast. I feel like you're just like, oh, what the fuck? I don't want to do this no more.
No, it's not that. I'm just trying to think about something. I'm just trying to, because like I want to be able to I want to be able to really I want to be able to come up with other stuff on my mind and stuff. But
yeah, well, just sleep on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Because I'm not saying that to only to hold you accountable, bro. But I'm just saying it could change your life. Just think about it.
I know for sure.
Yeah, bro. Because maybe you're just missing out on chances to fucking show the world that you can truly fucking shine, especially on your own, bro.
Oh, the one thing I would like to do is I would definitely like to just get my name out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how.
Well, like I said, I want to see it.
Yeah, you will see it.
Yeah.
You'll see it. And once you do see it, it's going to be something. That's all I can say.
All right.
That's all I can say.
Because I don't want you to tell me how. I want you to show me how.
I will show you.
Yeah.
I will definitely show you.
Because obviously, you don't want to regret it.
I won't.
Yeah.
I won't regret a thing.
You can't live your life with regret, man.
I see. Look, I've talked to Saint a lot, and Saint's been helping me out with that thing. So I appreciate his company. I appreciate your company. I appreciate everyone's company.
Yeah, and keep Saint close to you, like I always said, bro. Keep Saint close to you.
Because the thing is Saint and I, we've got a lot of stuff that we want to be able to do, together. So,
damn straight. All right, I think we've been live for a bit. My throat hurts. I think we'll just end it right here. But I feel like we ended it with a bang. I feel like that was a good episode. I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like we had a bit of a breakthrough.
Yeah. I hope my performance was as good,
Oh, you did great, bro. Of course, you always do great.
Yeah.
But, sometimes it has to be during the podcast that I voice out my concerns and ideas, because maybe you'll want to re-listen to this, or maybe re-listen to other podcast episodes where I told you either the same thing or tried to figure out how I can tell you about the same thing. I don't know. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, man, just fucking work on it, bro. You got this.
I will.
All right, bro. Thank you guys all for watching and listening to the Loophole Podcast. It's been your boy Loopie. Alongside me is also your host, Jelani Muna. Catch us maybe not next Saturday. No, because I'll be in Ireland.
And you won't be able to do like a StreamYard stream.
I don't know. Maybe I could, maybe I can't. I'll have to like discuss this with the boys. But we'll figure it out. Thank you guys for watching. Bless up and stay hype.
Reach the top.
Yes, you fucking should. Thank you guys so much for watching. Fuck Kim Kardashian. Fuck Lady Gaga. Anybody else you want to fuck?
I'd rather not say anything.
All right. And